Hey guys, welcome back to Struggleville YouTube channel. For this video, I have some amazing tool deals to share with you. Now, we're going to do both Home Depot and we're going to do Amazon. Of course, with the Home Depot deals, we're going to use the YouTube shopping links. So in about 18 seconds, you will be seeing a little pop-up for this first item, the DeWalt angle grinder, and then a few more along the way. We got a bunch of deals to get to here. The Amazon deals will all be linked down below. First up, we're looking at the DeWalt 20-volt max cordless brushless slide switch angle grinder with the kickback brake so things don't get gnarly on you. Now, it says it's normally $199. You have to add it to your cart to see the discounted price for this guy, but I already did that for you because I'm a hell of a guy. It is $149 right now. So you save $50 at the Home Depot right now. A lot of times this thing will be included in various promotions with starter kits and batteries and everything. So you may want to hold out, see what comes down the line. But saving the $50, real nice tool. It's their XR line. It's the good stuff, brushless. And I think getting $50 off of it, you could do worse. I wouldn't be mad about that one at all. Here we have the DeWalt 20-volt cordless 3-inch cutoff tool with the PowerStack 5-amp-hour battery for $179. The price of the 5-amp-hour PowerStacks has really dropped and has kind of brought in it's ushered in some deals for us. Now, if you don't want the cutoff tool, you can just look up this battery on Home Depot's. Boy, I love a mouse over. Nothing I love more than mouse overs. You can look up this battery on Home Depot's website there, and there were several different tools, not always at the same price, but that came with this battery. But these things are really useful and fun to have around. I was doing some corrugated roof cutting the other day, and this was perfect. Perfect. Nice and easy. Plenty of power, buzz right through it. It was a beautiful thing. Now check this one out. Had to throw this in there. It's a little expensive, but I got some cheapy stuff coming up for you too, because we want everyone to play ball here, okay? We don't need to be swinging for the fences every time. Sometimes a little sack bunt is just good enough. The Ryobi 80-volt brushless 30-inch, so a little baby guy, a little 30-incher, battery electric cordless zero-turn riding lawnmower, 80-volt. You're getting two 10-amp-hour batteries to go with it, so some big-ass expensive batteries. Normally it says it's $5,000, now $29.99. So still really expensive, but I was trying to find the value in this, right? Like, how long do those batteries last? Would you assume they're going to at least last you a couple of years? Because I kind of think they would. And I'm thinking of my lawnmower now. One, it's not zero turn, it's like the old tractor style. And this thing presumably would be much faster mowing the lawn, being zero turn and everything. But for mine, I use about 1.5 gallons to 2 gallons of gas to mow about 2 acres. And I got to drive a half hour to the gas station, fill up the can, drive a half hour back. And gas is like, what, $4 a gallon because it fluctuates all over the damn place. And if you're mowing once a week, you're mowing 4 times. I was thinking, I'm adding it up, calculating in my head. And even just the gas-powered tractors, lawnmowers, are pretty damn expensive. So I really don't think this is a bad value at all. If it's durable enough to last, and if those batteries hold out, because that's got to be an expensive-ass battery to replace. Now this says it cuts up to 1 acre per charge. We did have these other ones that were more expensive for 3 acres and 4 acres. They're wider, and you got bigger batteries with those. I think my next lawnmower, mine's 12 years old right now, so it may be coming up, because I'm not much of a maintenance guy. Shit breaks. I think zero turn, whether it's cordless or gas, I don't know, but I think zero turn is the way to go next. I like the price though. Next up, DeWalt Atomic 20-volt cordless brushless oscillating multi-tool with 5-amp-hour battery. Now this is not the PowerStack new 5-amp-hour battery. It's the OG 5-amp-hour battery. And it's $149. So what I really like about that is when this guy is on sale, we pay $99 for it. Now, the Goldilocks price that you want on batteries is $10 an amp hour. So we're getting to that, and we're also getting the charger thrown in. So I like the little combination. I'm sure there's other options for this little starter kit down here at the bottom. But if you can see, it's the DCB 1104. It's a 4 amp output on that charger. It's the update to the DCB 115, which was also a 4 amp output. So it's a 2-stage or dual stage charger. Gives you a fast charge for the first 75% and then about a trickle charge for the rest. You can pop it off when you get to that 75%. Some people don't like to charge their batteries all the way up to 100%, especially if you're going to store it for a long period of time, or just because you need to use the damn thing. And then it trickle charges, it finishes it off with a little trickle charge. So it's the latest and greatest from DeWalt as far as their new line of chargers. There's several of them, the 1102, 1104, 1106. Is that all of them? Is there an 1108? I don't know. Anyway, there's a bunch of new ones. 149 tool starter kit going with it. Here we go. We're getting cheap on you. The Milwaukee 7 1/4 inch 24 tooth wood cutting framer circular saw blade. So 7 1/4 inch. Normally $12 down to $6.97. Which, by the way, if you've been paying attention to the bottom mid right corner of the screen here, all of these in stock, ready to go. You can shoot over to the website right now, click one of them little damn boxes that have been popping up, and you buy now, okay? None of this bullshit of showing people deals that are sold out. Damn thing's sold out. Why are you showing me a deal that's sold out? Second off, why are you trying to hide the fact that it was sold out when you recorded the video? That sounds sketchy as shit. Nope. In stock, ready to go. We're buyers, credit card in hand. Milwaukee M18 Fuel 18-volt lithium-ion brushless, cordless, 1/4 inch braking die grinder with the mid-torque 1/2 inch impact wrench. Little mechanic special here. Normally $478 down to $249. Die grinder can be a pretty expensive tool by itself, so you're paying about $125 for each of these. So really good deal. Getting 1/2 inch drive. It's the mid-torque. You're getting 2 fuel tools. Now, we have another variation if you're not a huge fan or in need of the die grinder, but if you don't already have one, and I feel like it's a slightly less popular tool than some of the other stuff, and it's not included in a lot of promotions, no matter what brand you're talking about. Like I have the DeWalt version, I don't have the Milwaukee, but the die grinder's not included in a lot of stuff. So if you have any interest at all, now's the time to get it. And they're really handy, so you may want to consider it. Now here's the other version. Same price, you're getting the same impact wrench, but this time we have the 4.5 inch grinder. So it's still a fuel tool. It's really similar actually to what we were looking at in the beginning with the DeWalt, because you got the slide switch, even though positioning of the switch is a little bit different, and same size and shape. You know, some of the angle grinders, the one I had was the long neck one, which I really liked actually because it's real. Where's my mouse at? Where's the mouse? There it is. It's real skinny here, and it really reaches out, because sometimes you're in a somewhat tight spot, and the head of this thing gets in the way, and it just messes up the whole deal. So anyway, pretty basic as far as the design, not a ton of bells and whistles, but plenty of power, and nice little combination. Again, nice little mechanic special at $249 with those two. Got the Milwaukee high-speed wood spade bit set. 13-piece set, handy dandy little organizer guy sitting there with it. It says normally $69.99. Boy, that sounds expensive for those. That sounds really expensive. That sounds like not many people are paying that much for it. But $19.97, we really like that. And these things, you know, are incredibly useful to have around. Not so good on metal though. Not so good. Don't want to hit a nail. Nails are not friends to these things. Let's see. Oh yeah, so we got the 13-piece is $20. The 8-piece is $27. The 16-piece is $50. Holy $48. Oh, there we go. A little. It's too small of a picture. I can't tell what I'm looking at there. We can double up on them for $40. $39. It's like slightly cheaper. It's $1 cheaper if you need a 2-pack. But why does it say 26 pieces? Oh, yeah, 13 times 2. Okay, let's move on. Milwaukee M18 Fuel Gen 2 brushless, cordless, Sawzall reciprocating saw with the 5 amp hour battery. It says normally $358. That's kind of crazy. We ain't doing that. $199, pretty typical price for the saw itself. So we're getting that 5 amp hour battery, nice high value battery, and I like a 5 amp hour battery with the reciprocating saw. It's fuel, so it's a brushless tool, but it's not like the compact versions. It's not like the little baby hacksaw thing, which a lot of people like, but I'm not a big fan of. I would prefer this version as long as we're not in a tight spot where we got to get small. This would be much preferred to me. A little heavier, but it's all right. Let the weight of the saw do the cutting for you. $199 with the 5 amp hour battery. M18 fuel, brushless, cordless, 6.5 inch. Boy, I wish it was 7 1/4. Would have went good with that little blade deal earlier. Circular saw with the high output 8 amp hour battery. That's a big boy battery. That's a big ass battery. It's kind of heavy on that saw too. Depending on what you're doing, that might be more than what you want or what you need for it. But it's still worth a lot of money, and it is $229. Normally $419. Get another brushless tool. The 6.5 inch. Now, for the longest time, I just stuck with 7 1/4. But I feel like, you know what? The 6.5 still does a lot. Smaller, lighter, presumably. One last deal. I don't normally like just the batteries like this because I want to get like a free tool in there or something. But I really like the 12 amp hour battery. That is definitely, for me, the most used Milwaukee battery because most of my Milwaukee M18 stuff is outdoor power equipment. The 16-inch chainsaw, the pole saw, string trimmer, the blower, all those guys. And for all of that stuff, the 12 works really well. Now, the extra to that is my 12 doesn't hold a full charge anymore. It's several years old, but I'm still kind of like, that's an expensive ass battery. Maybe should have lasted a little longer. But we're getting the 12 with the 5, so kind of similar to the last deal as far as you're getting that free 5 added in there for $199. Again, if you're looking at the $10 per amp hour goal, I guess, we're really close to that because we're 17 amp hours of battery and $199. We're $20 off, but we're close to it. And I just really like the 12 amp hour battery. And for some of that stuff you need, if you have that 16-inch chainsaw, you have to have a 12 amp hour battery. Because this 5 gets you through half a cut. You get some big ass tree you're cutting, and it just stops. And then you're shit out of luck. You got to have a big boy battery for that thing. It eats them like crazy. That's got to be the worst eater of batteries of any tool that I have. By far. Okay, that's all the Home Depots. We had all the little pop-ups on the screen. They should also have little boxes at the bottom if you missed something you want to go back and look at. We're going to go to some Amazon deals. These are all going to be linked down in the description down below. First up, the Step Bit Set Cobalt Multi-Purpose Hole 50 sizes. I don't know where multi-purpose came. It just has multiple holes. Look, been a long day. Titanium Step Drill Bit Set. Scooter's been waking me up early every morning. It's wearing thin on me. With automatic center punch by Boyoys. And it is 60% off. So normally $20. We have a 40% promo code and a 20% coupon. So it's like $8. Which means we have to temper expectations. I mean, there's 166 reviews, 4.5 out of 5 championship belts. But that cannot be the greatest steal in the world at $8 for a 5-piece with the center punch. I actually really like these center punches. And it comes in a handy dandy case. I mean, this is a pretty good deal. I would try and keep with the step bits on some buttery soft materials so they last a little bit longer. But at least you got several of them. And that center punch, let me give you a little story on this center punch, okay? You do not want to test them out on a plastic shelving unit. First time I ever had one of those things, I was kind of messing with it, was pushing it out a little bit, like, oh, that's pretty neat. And pushing it out, like, that thing's strong. There's a lot of kick to that. And I had a little plastic shelving unit I used to store all my eBay stuff on, and I pushed it down on that thing. It blew a gigantic hole in that son of a bitch. Like, God dang it, I didn't expect that to happen. I thought maybe, like, indent it, like center punch it, or maybe just put, like, a hole the size of the nail on the end. Nah. Took out a big ass chunk. Yeah, don't do stupid things like that. Don't do that. Digital clamp meter, multimeter, 1000 amp clamp meter, voltage tester by ZKH. We've seen these guys several times of late. Had that impact wrench deal, which I still think is an amazing deal. I don't know if it's still valid anymore, but hopefully you took advantage of it while it was, because that was a good impact wrench. Which, by the way, got another impact wrench. Gonna have a video coming up in the next couple of days comparing my DeWalt high torque with I think it's called DIY Tool Ifs impact wrench. We're gonna do a little head-to-head on those things, and the DIY Tool Ifs one uses DeWalt batteries, so we'll be able to use the same battery, and that'll be fun. So the ZKH, you got the clamp meter. Starts out at $59.99. There's a Prime member discount that brings it down to $49.99. And then we have a 20% promo code and a 30% coupon. So $24.99 for our ZKH clamp meter. We've seen this a couple of times. Not necessarily a tool, but absolutely nice to have. If you can wrap this thing around your neck, looking down at an engine compartment or laying on your back, looking up at something. It's this or a headlamp. You got to be hands-free. We don't want to rely on the magnet of the light or the hook. Oh, man, you remember drop lights back in the day with the damn hook and the cage? Miserable product. Miserable piece of shit. Always aimed the wrong way. Can never find a good place to hook it. Then it falls and the cage smacks the bulb and it goes out. I'd have stacks of incandescent bulbs, and I swear there'd be times where I'd put a brand new bulb in, I would hang it up, it would fall within 10 seconds, boom, bulb out. Oh, and then the cage is hot. Oh my God, you could cook bacon on that thing. And sometimes it would smell like bacon because your arm's touching it, but you're right in the middle of starting a bolt or something. Like, nah, you just gotta work through the pain, just get this bolt started. Meanwhile, there's smoke coming off and there's blisters on your forearm. Like, ah. Okay, so we don't gotta do any of that with this. Booklight, 3-color, 6 brightness reading light, bendable gooseneck at 75% off. Funny thing is, I actually bought this exact product before I ever knew there was a promo code or anything for it. This was like 2 years ago, maybe. I paid full price for the damn thing. I know, broke my own rule. Never pay full price for stuff. God damn. $19.99, 65% promo code, 10% coupon. That's 75% off. That's what, $5? Little rechargeable light, multiple hues, 6 brightness settings. I could go on and on, but I've done enough here. Portable power station, 300 watt mini solar generator, home use, 1.5 hours full charge. That's, I'm sure, plugging into an outlet, not solar panel. Although if you had enough solar, maybe. Battery backup, 2 AC outlets, 2 DC ports, 2 USB ports, 60 watt power delivery port by Darren Einer. It's 45% off, so you can see all the little doohickeys you get here. You get the little screen, it'll show you the state of the charge and what outlets are on and off. Usually you can see an in and an out. 300 watt running, 600 watt peak, 180 watt hour. Starts out at $189.99, but we have a 45% promo code. Not sure when that expires. It was just posted today, so it's working right now. And 45%, it's like $100. $100-ish. The biggest thing with any of these, I mean, one, you want to look at some of the reviews and see if other people at least had some good luck with them. Sometimes things arrive dead on arrival, and that's actually not the worst thing in the world. If it's going to break, I want it to break when it gets here, and not as soon as the return window's closed. You know what I mean? Well, we want to check out the reviews, make sure a bunch of people aren't complaining about poor performance, or especially when they do an update, like it was a glowing review, and then 3 months update, and then they say the thing went to shit. That's not good. We don't like to see things like that. But the biggest thing outside of just the general quality of the item itself is you really got to have an idea of what you want to power with this thing. So 600 watt peak, it's not going to be able to hold that very long. 300 watt running. So what do you got? Looking around. I mean, if you're just like charging your phone with it, I mean, this is totally overkill, but it'll do that. Anything that creates heat is going to be a problem. You want to run an air, like hair dryer or, what the hell? air gun, the heat gun. Man, sometimes your brain turns to mush. See, I don't have any sympathy for him, but I kind of understand Joe. He's like twice my age, okay? So him being not being able to talk, I'm like, yeah, it's because you're old as shit. That's why you shouldn't be president. um, Lost my train of thought now on that. Anything that creates heat, like a space heater or anything like that, it ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. Probably won't be able to use an air conditioner on it either. Although 300 watts, I don't know what small air conditioner would be. Anyway, you gotta know what your power, and that'll give you a better idea if that's the right one for you or not. Precision screwdriver set, 27-in-1 small screwdriver set, electronics, torque repair, by Ethical. It's very ethical. 50% off. I really like this one. I really like. Okay, not even. I like the cheap stuff. I like the cheap stuff. We kind of hit on it earlier. I want to put things in front of you that everybody can afford. Things are going to shit right around the corner, okay? We're on a diving plane. So we got to find the cheap stuff. We got to make it stretch. Make every dollar last. I don't want to just post, $3,000 lawnmowers. There's a place for $3,000 lawnmowers. There's also a place for $5 precision screwdrivers. 40% promo code, 10% coupon. It's going to be $4.99. Handy dandy case, all the little insert bits. Power drill tool holder, heavy duty tool shelf, 3 layers, tool rack cordless drill holder by Sunily. It's 43% off, which is a nice round number for trying to figure out what the final price is. Thank you, Sunily, for making my life easier. $23.99, 23% promo code, 20% coupon. So we're almost going to cut that price down. Look, you're paying like $13 for this thing. And we really like those. Look at it, we even got 3 shelves. Although I kind of wonder what the spacing is here. Seems like it might be a little on the narrow side. But you put the charger, top shelf, the batteries once they're charged, middle shelf. You turn these guys sideways, and you can actually fit 2 in each one, so we can double up our spacing. I'd like to see what they're actually hanging those hammers on, because it looks like a plate. And then those little baby-ass hammers on there. Broke my sledgehammer yesterday. Damn it. It was lifetime warranty though, so we'll bring the head back and bring the stick and be like, hey, Menards, get me a new one. If you're on Instagram, you know what happened. You know. Cordless finish nailer, 20-volt cordless brad nailer kit, 16 gauge nails, battery, charger, tool-free jam release, battery-powered nail gun. This is by Vavor, 50% off. This is a stupid good deal. Definitely should have maybe let off with this one. Nail guns are expensive. If this one is any good at all, this is just ridiculously good. $95.99. I like that price actually, because you're not getting a cordless nail gun anywhere else, especially a full kit for $95. But then we're cutting that in half. So you're under $50, full kit nail gun. Comes with a 2 amp hour battery. No more swinging the hammer. Boy, nail guns are amazing. What a blessed tool that is. Thought this was kind of neat. Stanley Vacuum Suction Cup. Heavy duty, 200-pound weight support limit. It's $10.45, but there's also a 20% coupon on the Amazon page, so you pay about $8. The 4-pack is about $30. I think it was a slightly better deal to get the 4-pack. But there's no coupon on the page for the 4-pack. It was just a sale price. Now, if we compare, Home Depot, it's $16.44 for one. Acme Tools is $16.99 for one. So you're real close to half price on Amazon. And I thought this was pretty neat. You have like a little attachment point here, and you got the lever for your suction cup. It says it supports up to 200 pounds. I don't know if I would trust my life with a Stanley suction cup, but there's definitely some uses where that would be handy dandy to have around. at that price, buy it now, figure it out later. Another really good deal. Plasma cutter, 40 amp, non-touch pilot arc plasma cutting machine, dual voltage 120 240, digital display, plasma cutting equipment, half-inch clean cut by Duratech. That's Great Star Tools, and 30% off, but we also have a coupon to go along with that as well. So $239.99. There's a 60, that is 60, promo code on the Amazon page. So that brings us down to about $180. And then we're going to take 30% off of $240, which is about another $70. About $110 for a plasma cutter. Yeah, when have you seen a deal like that before? $110. We're cutting with plasma. Who knew the stuff that you donated at the blood bank thing could be used to cut metal? I know. Six-piece precision screwdriver set, Phillips slotted magnetic screwdrivers, innovated, ratcheting, setting, magnetizer, storage bag, another Duratech deal. This one is 50% off, starts out at $20, goes down to $9.99. It's $10. You got the zip-up little case. You got the magnetizer, demagnetizer. You pass this right through the hole. You just act like you've been there before. You go in and out of the hole a few times, and it's magnetized. Bet you didn't know that happened. You should check it sometime. And then if you scrape it on the sidewall there, it demagnetizes it. But those are actually pretty good to have around anyways. I mean, you can, here's pro tip. That magnetizer, demagnetizer will work for more than just these screwdrivers. Other screwdrivers, nut drivers, what's another shaft rod? You got like mechanical fingers or something and need a little extra? Pass them through there, that might work. You could put a punch or a chisel through it for some reason. I don't know why the hell you would. Whatever, you can throw stuff through there and make it magnetized. And then the ratcheting mechanism on these guys, it's this collar right here rotates. I have the full version, not these little precision guys, but I'm going to assume that they work the same way. So you have one position that locks it as a solid shaft, doesn't ratchet it either way, and then you turn it one way or the other to, ratchet forward or in reverse. Now, I broke mine hitting it with a hammer. I would suggest that the ratcheting screwdrivers are not the ones you beat with a hammer, but sometimes it's the screwdriver you already had in your hand. And a precision one being low torque, I would not worry about the ratcheting mechanism because you're not putting nearly as much strain on it as you would full-size screwdrivers. But for $9.99, I like it. Alright guys, that is it for this video. Again, we're going to have the impact wrench video coming up shortly, hopefully within a day or two. I kind of got a few ideas for what I want to do to compare the two, but I don't have what I need for one of them, so I got to get to the store before we can finish off that video. Home Depot links, all boxed up. Amazon links down below. Labor Day is coming up. We're going to be doing some Labor Day specials. We're going to treat it like Prime Day. There's going to be a lot of Amazon deals coming up for Labor Day. So make sure to subscribe. Click that bell. I saw someone the other day. They watched a deal video that was like 3 weeks old, and they say, hey, why did Amazon just tell me about this? Not Amazon, YouTube. Why did YouTube just tell me about this? Because they're bastards. That's why. They're bastards. So you got to click the bell. Make sure you turn on all notifications so you don't miss out. And again, Labor Day, big sale. I already started working on it. You're going to be amazed. You're like, holy shit. I didn't know it got that cheap. But it does. It does get that cheap. Thanks for watching. Give the video a like. See you guys next time.